This video is definitely for you, and a thank you to you for just bringing to fruition the battle of the ages in sneakers. What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ here, back with another video, Talks with TJ, aka TJ 2 Swoosh Chains. You guys know that I appreciate every single time that you tune in to a video because I know that you don't have to. So thank you so much. If you engage in the comment section, you know that I always try to get back to you in the comment section as best as I can. If you're not subscribed, I have no idea what the heck brought you here, but thank you for dropping by. You can go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like what you see, and you can also hit that bell. That way you are notified every single time that I upload a video. I try to upload pretty consistently, and I like to think that the content will at least be a little bit something different than maybe what you're used to with majority of sneaker content. That is just hopefully what I'm able to deliver to you. And if you like the video, you can go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you don't, just understand I am not offended by that because I have learned and continue to learn you can't please everybody, and that is just fine. You'll run yourself into the ground always trying to think that you will please every single person that comes across you in life, alright? So, this video, you guys can see it. You guys saw it just from the little intro part. Shouts out to Rep Milwaukee 414. Now, you guys have probably seen the other video, which I will link. I did win the giveaway that Sneakerheads clothing line did, and I was able to win some drop front boxes. I am still working on getting my closet redone to incorporate those into the closet itself, but super thankful to be able to win those and, you know, just to associate with a really great dude and a great company catering to sneakerheads, whether it be, you know, lace swaps, shirts, socks, whatever, you name it, they got it. So this is another package that I got from them. I'm super excited to get this open and show you guys what is in here. I got extra goodies in here too. All right, so most importantly is the shirt. That's all I have to let you guys know. Most importantly is the shirt. Look at this. The shirt is so bold. It's so bold. It's so beautiful. Sneakerhead versus Hypebeast. We are going to get into all of that. I just want to get to the rest of the goodies that are in here. Okay, the rest of the goodies that are in here. All right, first off, we got some laces, y'all. We got the elephant print laces. These are dope. You guys know I got some threes. So I might have to do a little lace swap. With these. You guys already know I will spam you with tons of pictures on my IG. And oh, I got luxury laces, y'all. I got luxury laces. I feel special. I got luxury laces. So thank you, Rep, for hooking your girl up now. I mean, very simple. If you guys don't know, you can see it here. So hashtag Sneakerheads clothing line. Make sure you always use that hashtag, you know, if you are repping their stuff. And no, guess what? This isn't a sponsored video. I'm not getting anything out of this, but when you encounter genuine people in life, you want to go ahead and you want to support them. So you can see all their information, you know, Sneakerheads underscore clothing underscore line on IG, and then at Rep Milwaukee 414 on Twitter. So just go ahead and also subscribe. They go live. Rep goes live quite a bit, and so hopefully you guys can catch me on some of those lives. My schedule just doesn't ever seem to work out, but I'm gonna make that work so I can hop in some lives with Rep. But back to this shirt. I got a whole, we need to talk about this here shirt, okay? We need to talk about this shirt. Got a small because I wanted to flex. You see I got a small because I wanted to flex. But let's talk about this ageless battle that seems to really be raging even more than anything, like more than the bastards battled, okay, in Game of Thrones in the previous season. So, you know, Sneakerhead, if you actually look up like the basic definition of Sneakerhead, it says a sneaker enthusiast. Notice it doesn't say somebody that has every single retro Jordan. Notice it doesn't say somebody who can run down the entire history of every single sneaker to you. Notice it doesn't say somebody that has a certain amount of sneakers. It doesn't say, oh my God, you have to have 100 pairs of sneakers to qualify. There isn't some application we turn in to some sneakerhead, I don't know, governor or president of a club for us to say like, yeah, we want to be considered to have this title of Sneakerhead. Now, I don't know if you guys actually caught the live Feats and Treats. So Sneaker Queens, they do a podcast, and so they had I think it's 313 Retro Queen. I hope I didn't butcher that. But they had her on for their previous podcast, and a big part of the discussion had to do with the whole Sneakerhead title, because if you actually look at, like, let's look at certain Sneakerheads that I may associate with, they may not actually think of themselves as Sneakerheads, because I think that is more of a newer term, 21st century term. So let's look at Sneaker Dome. Let's look at Shoe Freak. I've heard him say, he's like, man, I don't necessarily consider myself or would label myself as a sneaker head. So there are a lot that may look and just say, hey, I've been into shoes my whole life. I've never labeled it. It's just a part of who I am. I'm just simply connected to and a part of sneakers and that entire culture. But they don't have to label themselves as that. And I think that's dope as well. But when you think of a sneakerhead, it's always going to be subjective to me. And I say this because no matter what, no matter who you are, we as individuals filter everything we process. We filter it all through our own personal preferences, our own personal beliefs, our own personal experiences, and what aligns with, you know, what works for us, what aligns with our values, what aligns with what we interpret things as. So what I may interpret somebody as a sneakerhead, you may not interpret that person in the exact same way, and it's just it's a circle, and it goes on and on and on and never really gets anywhere. That's all I'm gonna say. So, you know, here's the thing. The term sneakerhead is extremely new, but let's look at, I mean, look how long brands have been around. We'll just look at the two biggest brands, okay? So Adidas started back in what, 1949, I think? And then you have Nike, the new kid on the block, that kind of came onto the scene in 1971. If you are familiar with Nike, then you know Blue Ribbon Sports. That's what they were ahead of then. 1949, that's long before we were around, right? That's when my grandma was born in like 1946. So sneakers have been around, and take a look at back then. It really didn't have to do with, I don't think, you know, the hype of who was wearing what. You wore what was available. So when Adidas, you know, provided a shoe that you first off, you wore what was available in the market at the time. You had a limited availability of what was actually on the market for you to buy. And then you didn't have all these brands vie for your attention. There weren't that many styles out. So you bought what you could at that time. And yes, maybe it did happen to be whatever that athlete was wearing at the time. It may have been, you know, Steve Prefontaine, and you were rocking whatever Nike C happened to be rocking when he was trying to, you know, win his next big race. But we have taken a shift, y'all. The creation of the Hypebeast. And you know what that is called? Sneakerheads to hope and pray. Even if a shoe is deserving, it is deserving in quality and concept and colorway. It is deserving to get hype. You're praying that shoe doesn't get hype. You're praying that shoe gets ignored like hell. You are praying that it does. Do you know why? Because heaven forbid it get a little hype. Heaven forbid that shoe grace the feet of some NBA star walking to their locker room, and the media catches hold of it. You can forget it. You ain't getting that shoe. Fam, you're not getting that shoe. You're not getting that shoe. You're gonna be about as salty as Feats and Treats is all the time when everybody buys up the super small sizes. You're gonna be about that salty all the time, because you're not gonna be able to get that shoe, whether it's resellers, whether it's bots. You're just not gonna get that shoe. So we need to switch modes, and now we need to look at how the Hypebeast is just, they've changed some things, y'all. And we're just gonna talk about that battle, like Sneakerhead versus Hypebeast. Let's just talk about that battle. Know how y'all have just taken on the term Hypebeast as like a form of pride, like it's a badge of honor or pride. When I think of Hypebeast, I really think of a hack or a flop in basketball. That's what I think of. When I think of Hypebeast, I think of a hack or a flop in basketball, because you're doing things for show and nothing more, and it's annoying as shit. I'm just gonna point that out there. There are a lot of self-proclaimed Hypebeasts, and they're okay with that. I would personally just never be okay with that. Like, I'm just putting that out there as myself. This is my channel, my thoughts, my talks with TJ, okay? So when you look at a Hypebeast, typically, you know, it's really, if you look at, I don't know, let's just look at, I don't know, Urban Dictionary term. Form, it's not like it's in Webster, but it's usually a derogatory slang definition to describe usually a male, let's be honest, usually a male who's kind of chasing the trend of a sneaker or streetwear clothing just for show, just for, I don't know what you want to call it, clout, attention, whatever you may be. It doesn't have anything to do with a genuine care, love, or appreciation for that item, because the second they can make $1 off of it, understand they're probably just going to get rid of it in the first place. Or when it comes to a hype beast, if it's not a PE, if it's not super limited, if it wasn't seen on Kanye or some other, you know, artist that you people think are just insane in terms of fashion. I've seen that man's clothing line. Don't come to me talking to me about none of his clothes. None of his clothes. Don't come to me talking about the damn 500 either, because it's just a no. It's a no. All colorways, it's a no. Okay? So a hype beast, it really just has to be those things. If the resale isn't high, if it's not a PE, and it's not limited, they don't care. Now, to me, you want to juxtapose that to a sneakerhead. To me, and this is what I can say for a sneakerhead, because I get this a lot. They can look, somebody, you just passing on the street, somebody can look down at your feet and be like, man, I didn't even know. I didn't even know those shoes released or were a thing, but those are super dope. Like I like them. When did you get them? Where did you get them? You know. To me, like when somebody looks down at my feet and they say that to me, like that lets me know, lets me validate. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and just give you a little visual, kind of like the thumbnail. I'm gonna give you a little visual, okay? Hype beasts know this shoe. People into sneakers know this shoe, okay? You know this shoe. Same people could be into sneakers. You don't know this shoe. You can't tell me a thing about it. You can't tell me all the colorways that released of it. You can't tell me a thing really about this shoe. But I'll tell you what. To the general person, I get more looks, I get more conversation generated from me rocking this shoe versus me rocking this shoe. I'm just gonna be very real with you. Just 100% honest. I get more conversation when it comes to me rocking this shoe. This was hyped. It's a dope shoe. I absolutely love this shoe. I went after this shoe because I wanted this shoe. But it was a hype shoe. We get it. A lot of us have hype shoes in our collection. But some of us also have non-hype shoes in our collection. And to me, I judge a person, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times by the total compilation of what your collection looks like. And that kind of dictates to me kind of if you're a hype beast or not. I'm just gonna be very honest with you. So to me, I think it really does come down to understanding that for a sneakerhead, they don't need to have something hyped. As a matter of fact, they might go against the grain and get something that isn't hyped up just because they love it. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of do another video about when it comes to teens and what's trending. It's not necessarily what you think is trending. I'm just gonna be real with you. It's not what you think is trending. But let's just look at Exhibit A of how hypebeasts kind of change things. I definitely want to go into that, because to me, a hypebeast just tends to really, head towards that dangerous road of materialism and confidence in association with a price tag, and that's just something I can never really personally rock with. So let's look at the Yeezy 350 V2, right? They beat that model into the ground. I don't know how many sneaker channels I've seen want to do a million videos about, is Yeezy dead? Is Yeezy revived? I've already said, you guys have killed Yeezy off so much, and that mofo is like Jason, and he never dies, and he always comes back, and now he's coming, I'm sorry, I'm never getting with a shoe that's some 220, 300, it's just a no for me, fam. It's a no for me. But anyway, so let's look at when that 350 first released. I don't know, was it 2014, 2015 or something in there? Super limited, right? You had these super limited quantities that came out. You had these colorways that, the Pirate Black, or the original Zebra that came out, or the Beluga. I do think those colorways were dope. It just still wasn't a shoe for me, but that shoe represented status on everything. If you were a kid in school and you had those, people knew that mom and dad was just dropping cash on you left and right, even if you was a little badass and didn't deserve it. People knew that you had money. It became a status symbol. That's what a lot of things have become, in terms of hypebeasts. It's become a status symbol, not even necessarily that you're really cool and have style. It's just a status symbol. I have money and I can afford that. So let's fast forward now to 2019, where it's not that limited, and Kanye kept his promise that Yeezys for everybody. He handed out Yeezys like Oprah be handing out gifts on her show. And then a lot of hypebeasts started to fall back, like, what do you mean I'm not special? It's not limited and there's a resale. That's what all of you sounded like. You sounded like some whining freaking babies when it came to the 350 being in such mass quantity that I could walk into like Champs for the first time ever in my life and just see it sitting there. It didn't faze me. I kept that same energy. I wasn't into it then, I'm not into it now. For people that were into it then because they just like the shoe, guess what? They're into it now, even if that shoe sits. So this battle will always go on. I don't think it's really ever going to change unless the culture starts to just kind of look at Hypebeast like, stop trying to make this shit cool. Pretty much like, stop trying to make fetch a thing, okay? Fetch is not a thing. That's only if you watch Mean Girls, then you get that reference. But, you know, fetch is not a thing. People have made Hypebeast cool. I don't understand it. Maybe I am just way too old school to really understand that, but let's just get this started in the comment section. I know it's something that we always discuss all the time in this community, but I think if it's a topic that always comes up, then it's great to be discussed, and you guys know I love getting your opinions. So in the comment section below, let me know. First off, are you definitely labeling yourself as a sneakerhead or as a hype beast? What do you feel about that term, you know, hype beast? I really do need to know. I want to know. I am curious. Do you ever see the culture changing in terms of us going back to where you wouldn't really want to be labeled as a hype beast? So that's something I am definitely interested in knowing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I get that it is a little bit long, but your girl had a lot to say about it. I love this shirt 100%. Like, I swear I'm walking to work one day at Kids Foot Locker like, no, this is the new shirt. This is the new shirt, so we can educate kids on what they need to become. But I love the shirt so much. Thank you, Rep Milwaukee 414. You know, I rock with you always. Guys, thank you for always showing love. And once again, nothing else to say, but peace out.